Charleston's Jewish history can be traced back to 1695, and within just 100 years, the state would have the largest Jewish population in the entire country. A significant history indeed. Well, Jews around the world are getting ready to observe Hanukkah, and here to share how the Lowcountry plans to celebrate, let's welcome Rabbi Yossi Refson, who, along with his wife, lead Chabad of Charleston Center for Jewish Life. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you, Layla.
So I want to know more about Chabad and what you do there for the community, but I'd love to also explore just Hanukkah in general and how this year's celebration is going to come together and bring the community together.
So Hanukkah is always a wonderful time. It's always a special occasion. And Hanukkah begins this year on the 18th, which is just over a week and a half away. And Charleston has a long history for almost over 15 years of doing a communal Hanukkah celebration, which is Hanukkah in the Square, which is a combination of the city of Charleston, the college, Chabad, and every single other Jewish organization in Charleston comes together to put on a public Hanukkah menorah lighting.
That's beautiful. And the holiday itself, it's not one of the most important on the Jewish calendar, is that right?
It's difficult to rate what is important. The kids will tell you it's extremely important.
Yes.
There's no other holiday where you get gifts.
Right.
So it depends who you're asking. But it's a holiday which hasn't been recognized as being as important until recently. Oh. But because of all these public menorah lightings, and perhaps that it comes at the same time of Christmas as well, it's really been elevated to a holiday which most Jewish people now celebrate.
Oh, very interesting. So when you're looking at the Jewish calendar, what would you say are some of the more significant holidays? And how is Hanukkah now making its place within that calendar?
So traditionally, Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, which is the Jewish New Year and the day of repentance, atonement, those were the days, and Passover, of course, were considered the important holidays which most families participated in. But Hanukkah is special because it's a low bar entry. It's very easy to celebrate it. You just light a menorah or eat a jelly donut or a latke. So it's become a holiday which many families have been able to incorporate into their religious observance, even if they don't do much else. And that's why Hanukkah is so special, especially for Chabad, that it provides us an opportunity to bring a Jewish holiday to families which wouldn't otherwise participate.
Yes, and we hear about people lighting a candle each night. And so maybe you can walk us through what the celebration looks like and what it is you do in reverence of.
So the Hanukkah menorah, which is the candelabra which is lit for 8 nights. The first night we light the first candle, and each night we light an additional candle, which symbolizes the idea if we want to bring light into the world, it's done one candle at a time. And it commemorates how in the 200 BC, when the Greek government was trying to take away and remove all Jewish observance from the Holy Land. And there was a small group called the Maccabees, which were able to overcome and overthrow that government and persevere and rededicate the temple and allow Jewish tradition to continue to flourish. So lighting the menorah commemorates the rededication of the temple, which is symbolic of religious freedom.
I see. And you were mentioning different foods such as the jelly donuts, the potato latkes, gelt.
Gelt, that's
yes,
right.
Yes. So why do those have significance in the holiday?
So they have, your cardiologist will warn you about this,
Yes.
but everything that the Hanukkah-related foods are foods which are cooked in oil.
That actually does very well here in the South.
That's
so,
right.
Yeah.
That's right. So the latke, which is the traditional food, and the jelly donut, but anything which is cooked in oil, because it reminds us of the miracle of the oil, how when they came to rededicate the temple, they found one small cruse of oil which was enough to last for one night, and a miracle took place, and it was able to last for 8 days and 8 nights, or 7 days until they were able to create new oil.
Wonderful, wonderful. So this year it begins on December 18.
Yes.
And please tell us, so you and your family have been in Charleston for about 15 years. You originally are from England.
Correct.
And the Chabad Center, what is it exactly? What is its mission, and how do people become a part of that community?
So Chabad is actually the second largest Jewish organization in the world. The State of Israel is the largest Jewish organization. But Chabad has centers all over the world and all over the country. And the mission of Chabad is to make Judaism interesting, accessible and fun to every single Jewish person and beyond, to make Judaism accessible and exciting.
Wonderful. Well, everybody head out to Marion Square for the celebration. We're going to have the information up on our screen. Rabbi, I want to thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Layla.
And happy Hanukkah.
Thank you.
We're back after this.